Welcome, everybody. I don't know, it sounds goofy when I say that. Welcome, everybody. Hello and welcome. My name is Keith. Okay, is enough of that. So let's see, let's go to there I am. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so why is this? Oh, I see. New mentions where? Unity? Oh. Sorry. Let me get back. Okay. So, my name is Uhfgood, and today, I don't know, should I say my name is Uhfgood or should I say my regular name, which is Keith? My name is Keith. I am creating a game, 2D animation, 2D point and click, hand animated adventure game in Blender and Armory, and try to do everything as much as possible in Blender. And because the nav mesh thing is kind of broken, I'll have to roll my own as far as that goes, and I'll have to learn that. Okay, so let me pull this up. Yep, words, words, and more words. Come on. How come it's not coming up? Alright, fine. It just took that long, huh? Yeah, I don't know if it's the gadget causing it or if it's the video thing or what. I actually want this guy on top, if at all possible. Cancel. Anyways, let's go to the to-do list. Okay, so I could go ahead and do this thing where I take each part of the game and then I divide it up into their points. I'll have to do this before actually starting on like puzzles and stuff. But I'll probably also need like locations and a few more things to do. The next things that I need, of course, is the creating the characters part here, which I'm not so sure about because my drawing skills are old, and this Wacom tablet, or Wacom as some of them call it, is kind of difficult for me to use because I haven't used it that much. I actually used it for quite a bit as a mouse. I actually used the pen as a mouse, but the stylus. But I don't have that much drawing experience on the tablet. So even if I can do some half decent stuff on paper, the tablet is its own thing. Okay, so create character concept sketches. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably go online and look up like wizard images. Like I'll put wizard in there and see what pops up. And I'll start with like, I don't know, Disney characters or something, and try to draw something that ways. As far as rigging the character and posing it and all that stuff, I'll have to learn all that stuff. In fact, I'll even have to learn how to sculpt. Like, I know a little bit because I did a little tutorial about using Blender, but I don't really know any advanced like modeling stuff. So creating a model of my character sketch will be quite a deal. But and then rigging it would also be its own deal. And then I created a 2D model sheet based on the rigged poses, which is kind of cool because that way it'll actually be kind of done for me, but at the same time I'll be able to do it by hand. I'll look at them and I'll copy them or whatever. Okay, so then create a character create a demo for character movement in Armory. Um, Man, this video is just gonna be half me talking still, anyways. I was trying to avoid it, but I guess I just gotta front load all this stuff because eventually it'll get to a point where I won't have that much to talk about, and I'll just go in and like make content, right? That'll be sometime down the road though. So I'll have to actually do this myself. I know a little bit about programming, and I'll be able to figure out how to make an object navigate around obstacles. I mean, until they get the nav mesh thing fixed. Probably what they can do is a lot better than anything I could do. But right now, I'll have to do this myself. Decide on how to do backgrounds. That's another thing, is I'll have to create a background, or I'll have to actually learn how to paint my backgrounds, and then create a test demo in Unreal. So probably the most difficult thing would actually be coming up with my characters, character concept sketches, whatever. And so I'm guessing that's what I'm going to attempt to do, or attempt to start right now. Now, the one thing that I need to do is I need to figure out how to... I have to start a new deal. I'll say 2D animation. It's actually just still going to be, you know, an image right now. Okay, so I can do that, and let us see here. The bad part about the little gadget thing here is, or maybe I can just do this and then bring this down. In fact, maybe I should do that with this here. That way everything can be below that. Okay. So now the next thing I'm gonna have to do is how do I... Yeah, I was gonna look at the noise suppression thing, and it's okay, but it doesn't sound that great. I think I'd rather, you know, the background noise be here. I'll find some sort of muffling, like, you know, some fuzz or some, you know, a sock or something that I can't show you the camera, but it's a Logitech, and I believe the two speakers or the two microphones are actually on each side, is what I think. And unless, I don't know, unless there's... Are you in there? Anyways, that's where I think it's at. Alrighty. So let's do a search here. And what I want to know is, how do I add a background image into Blender 2.8 for reference? How do I set a background image while I'm editing? Now, they have this old way of doing it, I guess, and yeah. Okay, and actually, I also heard, let's see, how do I put a background model I'm creating so I can compare the picture to the model while editing? You can also use an empties in Blender now. Have an image type. This is very useful as it gives you more control over positioning your references and users coming from other software. This is using the old thing of Blender. Once added, you have a lot of control of the reference. You adjust the opacity, scale it, rotate it, etc. Much more flexible than the common way of using the N panel in the other answer. You can also lock it so it behaves the same way. It's visible in both orthographic and perspective views. Huh. Okay, but I was looking for Blender 2.8. And is this just regular Blender? Maybe I have to go with this one because this says 2.8. And actually, let's bring this guy down here too. There. Computer. Oh, whoa. I'm just throwing my mouse around. Playing around. You know, Star Trek 4 and Scotty and McCoy are going to the company that manufactures, like, I don't know, plexiglass or whatever, thick plexiglass sheets. And then he says, you know, what if I could show you how to make, you know, whatever, transparent aluminum, I guess. He was like, is it worth something to you? And then, of course, he's like, Scotty's like, computer, hello, computer. And he's like talking to the mouse. He's like, just to use the keyboard. That's one of my favorite scenes in Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. Anyways, just fooling around. I've been searching for, let's see. They've been removed. Cameras have background images accessed from the camera UI. Otherwise, empties with image display should be used. Okay, so they always say the empties, so that's okay. So I guess I will do that later. And so I'm guessing we're going to have to go into another video. So I will see you then. Stop. And let's check out to, let's see, end screen. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll get more professional as time goes on, and I'll get more interesting. You know, I'm a very interesting person. You just got to get to know me.